Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jack Watson, and I'm the Dean of the College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences, or CPAS, as we like to refer to it. On behalf of our faculty and staff, I would like to welcome each of you to the Dean's List celebration honoring CPAS students whose academic achievements have earned them a spot on the spring and/or fall 2020 Dean's List or President's List. I really wish that we could be having this event in person as in years past, because it has always been one of the highlights of my year for me to be able to celebrate your accomplishments with you. However, I'm happy that we have the opportunity to at least celebrate with you virtually. I would like to begin by congratulating those students who made the Dean's List with a 3.5 semester GPA and the President's List with a 4.0 semester GPA. Now, if we were meeting in person, this is where I would ask for those honorees to stand and for us all to give them a round of applause for their wonderful accomplishments. I'm sure that we can all agree that success during 2020 in the face of COVID-19 was no easy task. We all learned what it meant to pivot. We've all dealt with significant and constant change. We've struggled to communicate and to learn using online technology, and we've learned to deal with isolation and fear and have had to make many extremely difficult decisions. All of us have struggled in many different ways, emotionally, cognitively, physically, socially, financially, and in many other ways. However, through all of this adversity, I'm proud that so many of you showed the persistence, resourcefulness, and ability to be successful in the face of great adversity. For that, I congratulate you. I would also like to welcome and congratulate the parents, relatives, and friends of this year's Dean's List and President's List honorees. Again, if we were meeting in person, this is when I would ask for each of you to stand and for the students to give you a round of applause and to thank you for your continued support. As much as we may think that success in college is an individual achievement, it's not. Your support has never been more important than it has been this past year, while the world has struggled to deal with so many different things. So this ceremony is a wonderful opportunity for us to celebrate the accomplishments of so many amazing CPAS students. Students from different majors, students who hail from diverse backgrounds and have unique experiences, students who have diverse goals, but all students who have found success within CPAS. Students who align with the CPAS vision to promote healthy and happy lifelong experiences through advancements in sport and wellness-related initiatives. You have set an example that we would like for all of our students to follow. Study hard, show up to class, work hard to understand the material you're presented with and to apply it to real-world situations. Find a mentor and realize that your education is a marathon, not a sprint. By doing all of these things, you're sowing the seeds for future success with the skills that you are learning and the traits you are taking on. Now, I am extremely privileged and honored to be able to work with a wonderful and world-class staff and faculty from each of our college's majors. Athletic training, coaching and performance science, health and well-being, multidisciplinary studies, physical education and kinesiology, sport and exercise psychology, and sport management. Following in the footsteps of our previous dean, Dana Brooks, this is when I would normally have the CPAS faculty and staff stand and introduce themselves and answer a question. However, this year, I would just like to thank our faculty and staff for the Herculean effort they have put forward to effectively educate our students in a time of COVID. You may or may not know this, but the process of effectively transitioning courses online takes 6 to 9 months per course. In the spring, our faculty were asked to do this in 2 weeks. In the fall, they were asked to do this in 3 months. But remember, this was not just for one class, this was for all of their classes. This was an extremely difficult task, and they did a wonderful job with it. You have all shown great determination and persistence to make this happen, and for that, I thank you. At this time, I would also be especially remiss if I didn't thank Betsy Robbins for her work to coordinate this event. Thank you, Betsy, for all that you've done. I know that this has not been an easy process. Now, let's move forward with the actual program and celebrate the amazing accomplishments of our students. Congratulations to everyone.
Athletic training Dean's List recipients, welcome to being recognized for what is a tremendous achievement in a year of adversity. And not only that, many of you have been frontline healthcare worker or providers really since June, right? Like we were here in some cases long before anyone else, and that many of you came back in June and started this this tremendous effort during the pandemic in June, and really have been kind of fighting the good fight all along the way. And some people were even doing it from their home states. We have individuals that have been helping with the testing effort from almost day one and working in labs back home, and then come back here, and you're really helping our athletes. And as we go through the fall, really even within the Big 12, you were part of the effort that helped us hold more sporting events than almost any other Big 12 school. So when you look at that from the struggle and adversity, the fact that you've kind of reached the mountaintop and you're seeing the pinnacle at the Dean's List, that's really a phenomenal achievement that I can't say enough of. And that's not even knocking the individuals that didn't make this list. I think every student this fall that really kind of battled and went through the struggle and adversity that we've all seen, no matter what you've accomplished, it's a tremendous achievement. And I've been blessed enough to have some students with me that the things that we've asked of them are not normal and have basically taken almost superhero efforts in terms of being responsible, having a positive attitude, adapting, and we've been in person class really almost the whole year in terms of some sort of modified hybrid version, and communication and asking me when they are texting me symptoms, and trying to keep both each other and their friends and themselves safe, but also their patients. And so it really is a high level of achievement that I can't say enough of. Literally, I'd build y'all a tab if I could, because it really is a phenomenal Herculean effort that everyone has gone through, that it's been tremendous. And then on top of that, to achieve a high level of academic achievement, I always say that I get the best of the best on campus, and I really do mean that. And the number of kids that are probably on this list, if the individuals that are watching this don't know anything about the athletic training program, you really don't know what these kids have sacrificed this year, especially because it is beyond believable, and it kind of amazes me all the time. So with that going forward, right, like there's a quote that JFK had when he came to speak, and so I'm going to use it and steal it here. That says, the sun doesn't always shine in West Virginia, but the people do. And I'm glad to be here. The sun doesn't always shine in Morgantown or within the university. In fact, today's a little cloudy, but I'll tell you what, the people that I get to work with every day in this program really do. And I'm glad to be here with you. There is nobody that I'd rather to have been in this pandemic battle with than the students that I got blessed to have as part of this effort this year. And I will always remember this group for the amount of adaptability, positive attitude, adversity, responsibility, and we'll always be able to recognize the things that we've asked of you, and yet still learned, achieved, and hopefully become better people because of it. And I know that will make, in the healthcare world at least, your patients are going to be blessed by the knowledge and the experience that you've kind of gained in this pandemic. So congratulations to everyone. But I'm going to tell you that I have a special place for my students here because I know how hard this year was, really for all of us. And so congratulations and enjoy it. But we got more work to do, so this isn't over yet. But hopefully we'll see the sunset on this pandemic in the near future.
Congratulations to all the Dean's List and President's List students from the College of Physical Activity and Sports Science. A special congratulations to our 10 football student athletes: Dante Bonamico, Jordan Jefferson, CJ Cole, Jai Favaris, Garrett Green, Danny King, Evan Mathis, Parker Moore, Quay Mosby, and Winston Wright. Job well done. Setting the standard, guys.
Hello, my name is Dr. Michael Ryan, and I'm the teaching assistant professor and program coordinator for the athletic coaching education major here at WVU. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate everyone that made the Dean's List this semester and this past year. As a coach myself, I've used and I've heard many coaches use the term adapt often when they talk to their teams. This past year, there was no playbook on how to coach through a pandemic, nor was there a playbook on how to be a student in the middle of a pandemic. Just like coaches on the field and on the court have had to learn to adapt their practices to fit an ever-changing situation, many of you adapted and succeeded within the classroom. Whether that classroom be in person, socially distanced, with a mask on, and in front of a professor that is teaching with a 6x6 piece of plexiglass in between you, or a completely online class, or maybe you took a class that was a hybrid, a mixture of both. And sometimes you had all three of those classes within the same semester. Probably some of you had all three of those modes of delivery within the same class. Your perseverance, your ability to adapt and stay focused on the material shows, and I'm honored to recognize you today in making the Dean's List for the 2020-2021 academic year. Congratulations, take care, and be safe.
Hello, CPAS Mountaineers. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on an incredible accomplishment, becoming a Dean's List or President's List member. In particular, I want to give a shout out to wrestling team members, Jeff Boyd, Brandon Ngati, Ryan Sullivan, and Joe Thomas. I know how hard that is to do, especially with the work that they put in over here in the wrestling pavilion. So great job, guys, and let's go Mountaineers.
Hello, Mountaineers. My name is Dr. Erin Jordan. I'm a teaching assistant professor in the Health and Wellbeing program. I am also the program coordinator. Welcome students who have made the Dean's List. Congratulations on a job well done. This has been no small task, especially since we're in the middle of a pandemic. So I salute you, I celebrate you for all of your resiliency and perseverance. I also have truly appreciated getting to see some of your fur babies on Zoom. Goodness knows that mine have made an appearance or two. I also want to take the time to congratulate your parents and your family. You all must be so proud of your Mountaineers. Despite COVID, this has been an extremely exciting year. You all are a part of CPAS history, being the first health and well-being students in this major. In December 2021, we will have our first health and well-being students who will graduate. And I'm so excited to see what you all will do next. So congratulations, and let's go, Mountaineers.
Hi, everybody. It's Nikki Izzo-Brown, the head women's soccer coach here at West Virginia University. I take great pride in congratulating all of you for making your dean's list or making your presidential's list for our CPAS. It's such a great program here at West Virginia University. All of you have so much to be proud of, especially in these weird COVID times. All your sacrifice, hard work has paid off, so let's go. Would like to give a special shout out to my student athletes, Nicole Payne, Faith, Pinto, Sibley. Congratulations, ladies. It's never easy to balance being a student athlete. I'm so proud of you guys. Way to represent your women's soccer team. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Jeremy Yates, and I am a teaching assistant professor in the physical education and kinesiology program. Welcome to all of the students who have made the dean list this year. Good job. That's especially an impressive feat in the middle of a pandemic. So we've actually had quite a few different changes this year. You know, we've had student teachers and our pre-service teachers out there teaching, and we've been sliding back from face-to-face, teaching over Zoom. And, you know, physical education wasn't necessarily built to be taught online. So I applaud your efforts to be excelling in these difficult times and still making the dean's list. Well, it was also a pretty exciting year because we got to connect with some of our physical education, teacher education, past graduates that have recently graduated and are now working at Fairfax County Public Schools. That was on our PETE night, which again is physical education, teacher education, stands for PETE. Really good to see them excelling and being able to utilize the skills in the field. And that's what we really, our goals are as a program, is to prepare you all for your careers. So even though we're in some challenging times, we've had some students that wanted to turn off their cameras and sleep through some of these classes. Maybe you've even had some teachers, some professors that also wanted to turn off their cameras and not teach on Zoom anymore. It wasn't me, no. But anyway, thank you all very much for your hard work, and let's go. Mountaineers.
Hello, everyone. This is Vic Riggs. I'm the head swimming and diving coach here at West Virginia University, and I want to thank Ms. Robbins for inviting me to take part of a special evening for you all. All of you have earned the honor of being on the Dean's List, and I want to especially acknowledge our swimmers and divers who have been recognized as Dean's List awardees as well. I appreciate all the work that they've done, not only athletically, but more importantly, what they do academically. And these swimmers and divers have met that challenge and represent our program and our university at a high level. And we're very proud of what they've done. And we're very proud of everybody in here. And congratulations and all the best to you, and stay safe.
Hello, Mountaineers. Scott Barnacle from the Sport and Exercise Psychology program here. And on behalf of all of the faculty members within SEP, we want to congratulate all of those students who have made either the President's List or the CPAS Dean's List. I mean, it's a terrific accomplishment, lots of hard work, lots of late nights doing work, lots of Zoom sessions. So we just really wanted to highlight a lot of the good work which we have been doing here within the Sport and Exercise Psychology program, which I would assume many of you have really been a part of. So one of the first things I want to highlight is we've already had some seniors who have secured a position for when they're through with school in the spring. And we always really like to see that the students that we have and the seniors that we have a place to go once they're done with West Virginia. We have a student who got hired by Enterprise Rental Car, for example. We have quite a few that will be going to work at a physical therapy clinic. So it's always really good to see the students have a good spot once they leave West Virginia. One of the other things our seniors have been doing is we've had a lot who have already been accepted into grad school. And whether that be schools which we have an existing relationship with, and we've sent some students there in the past, or other schools. And there are quite a few students who are, at least more than likely going to be attending a school which we really do not have that long of a history with. So we really like that. One of the other things, and this may seem small and somewhat under the radar, is we have been able to keep our SEP undergraduate club thriving even during this pandemic time. You know, we've had club events going up to Topgolf. I believe there is a ski trip here sometime in the next month. We've had speakers in club. So I as the faculty liaison have been really proud that we really have been able to keep that going, even though some of the in-person meetings have been a little bit difficult. So wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. Again, we are extremely proud of all your hard work. Let's continue it going through the end of the spring, sprint through the finish line, and let's go Mountaineers.
I'd like to congratulate KK for all her hard work, not only on the court, but also in the classroom. We are very proud of you as a student athlete, and keep up the good work, and we wish only the best for you and your academics. I know you will do extremely well on and off the court, and we're proud of you.
Hi, this is Professor Wartella. I teach sport management here in CPAS, and I want to congratulate everybody for earning the honor of Dean's List for the past 2 semesters. Everybody across the college, and especially my sport management students, ones who've had me. So I want to wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, internships, grad school, future jobs, things of that nature. Look forward to doing this in person again next year and seeing everybody out here. But until then, this is how we have to do it. So again, congrats to all of you and best of luck.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gary Lotsky, program coordinator for the sport management program here at WVU. And I just wanted to congratulate everybody for making the Dean's List during the 2020 academic year. And a special congratulations to all our wonderful sport management students that made the Dean's List as well. In case you're wondering, who the heck is this guy talking to me? This might help you recognize who I am. This is, yes, I still am Dr. Gary Lotsky, your professor. So I know it's very tough this year having to deal with plexiglass, masks, but I guess during a regular year, I would conclude this video with some advice. Maybe like, hey, during a personal interview, look the person in the eye, give them a good firm handshake. But since most of those type of interviews are non-existent right now, and we're all about virtual everything, virtual interviews, I thought I would touch on some questions I've gotten from some students about virtual interviews and my tips to them. One of the questions I got was, Lotsky, I got this interview with Wilson Sporting Goods. What can I do to really make myself stand out during the virtual interview? And my advice to you is make your head of football. I mean, nothing says you love football manufacturing than making your head of football. All right, another question I had a student that had an interview, a virtual interview with Boise State. They're like, Lotsky, man, what can I do to stand out on this interview with Boise State? And I was like, look, you know, they play on blue turf. Everybody knows that. And it's affectionately known as Smurf turf. So what better way to make yourself stand out than to make your head a Smurf? I mean, to me, this will definitely win you over with the Boise State staff interviewing you. All right, my other bit of advice regarding virtual interviews, Zooms, whatever, is you can tell a lot about a person by what they have in their background. So you can see, I got a microwave. And if you're guessing that guy must love to eat, then you are totally right, because I do love to eat. But some words of advice on how you can use your background to help you stand out from the crowd in a virtual interview. So one of the questions I get related to backgrounds and virtual interviews is, Lotsky, I got this interview at WVU. What can I put in my background to really make me stand out? Well, there's your answer. Nothing says you belong in Morgantown more than a horns down symbol in your background. And not surprisingly, this is going to work for jobs at Kansas, Kansas State, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, TCU, Baylor, and Texas Tech, and probably Texas A&M, and probably a bunch of other schools as well. So I get the question, Lotsky, I got this interview. I know for a fact that out of the 4 people on the interview panel. One's from WVU, one's from Kansas State, one's from Baylor, and one's from Texas. What do I do now? Well, here's your answer. You leave it the same. The Texas person's outnumbered. You're good. Inevitably, I'm going to get the remark like, Lotsky, I'm not buying it. I'm not trying to make the Texas person mad. I know they're outnumbered, but in a panel of people from WVU, Kansas State, Baylor, and Texas, I'm not having the horns down in my background to make the Texas person mad. What do I do now? Well, here's what you do. That's as far as we can go. You go one more turn, you're not getting that job.
Hi everyone, this is Cindy Lee in Sports Management. Congratulations for making the Dean's List. Hope you all stay healthy and keep up the good work. Thumbs up!
To close out today's CPAS Dean's List reception, I'd like to thank each of you for joining us. I know that we all would have preferred for this event to have been in person, but it was still a great experience to be able to celebrate with you virtually. I'm so proud of our students and their accomplishments, and I know that they have the knowledge, skills, and experiences that will allow them to be successful, not only now, but into their future. I look forward to celebrating with each of you in person next year when we can actually shake hands and enjoy this event together. In the meantime, remember, CPAS goes first. I hope to see you all next year.